The fourth piece was published in the Daily Mirror on November 11th of 2000 with the headline, Snap, Harry Breaks Thumb Like William, exclusive. So according to this piece, Harry had chipped a bone in his thumb and he had to undergo a minor operation after an accident that he experienced during a game of football. And Harry is claiming that he found the level of detail in that story surprising, and he suspected the palace had been approached for comment instead of being a source. But MGN is maintaining that the information was already in the public domain and had been repeatedly reported the day before that. Well, it sounds like MGN knew what they were talking about in this case because the judge said that Harry's claim was hopeless because the content was already released by St. James's Palace in a media briefing. Why does Harry even bother with these cases that he's clearly going to lose? What gets me about all of this is that Harry is the one who has already admitted that his memory is not all that reliable, that it just does what it does, and it may or may not match so-called objective reality, as he calls it. So why does he think it's appropriate to file a lawsuit against MGN when he doesn't have any real evidence? All he has is his pretty faulty memory to rely on. But anyway, let's move on to the next case. So the next case was published in the Sunday Mirror on November 11th of 2001. Headline, Rugger Off Harry. The judge actually ruled in Harry's favor on these two incidents. The judge said that voicemail interception of the Duke's associates probably took place, though not of the Duke himself. So even though this one is certainly a win for Harry, I would still argue that it's not 100% a win in his favor, because even the judge acknowledges that Harry's phone was probably not hacked. It was probably a friend's. The next article came from the Daily Mirror on March 29th of 2002. The headline, Harry's sick with kissing disease. It was detailing Harry's diagnosis of mononucleosis or glandular fever and claimed that he was being made fun of by his friends and his brother. So Harry has alleged that he doesn't know how anybody outside the family knew this, and he believes the palace responded to information that was put to them. But MGN is claiming that the information was discreetly released by the palace to avoid extra attention on the royals while they were on vacation. The judge decided to rule against Harry in this one, and he lost. The judge said, quote, seems likely that it was St. James's Palace spokeswoman who first put the information into the public domain. So no, there was no phone hacking involved in this one. Next article was No Eaten Trifles for Harry, 18, published in the Daily Mirror on September 16th of 2002. The article detailed how Harry spent his 18th birthday, including lunch with his family. MGN is saying they got the information from an interview with the Press Association for Harry's 18th birthday. But Harry's claiming that he was obliged to give the interview, and he described it as an ideal occasion for anyone listening into my messages to continue to do so. Well, that claim didn't make a whole lot of sense, so naturally, the judge did not rule in Harry's favor. He lost on that one. The next piece was run in The People on April 20th, 2003. It was describing how Harry was asked to be the godfather to the nephew of his former nanny, Tiggy Leg Borg. Matured Harry is a godfather was the headline. So Harry's claiming he has no idea where quotes from a royal insider about Charles's opinions on the matter came from. And he's claiming that MGN must have hacked his former nanny's or his partner's phone. But no, MGN has said the piece was a rewrite of a Sunday Telegraph column sold by a freelance journalist, and guess what? The judge agreed with MGN. He said, obvious from the phraseology, that the Daily Telegraph's Mandrake column was in fact the source. The next one also made me chuckle because it's absolutely ridiculous for Harry to claim that it was a result of unlawful information gathering. So the title is Harry to Lead Cadets March. It was published in the Daily Mirror on April 29th of 2003. The article goes into detail about Harry being given the role of parade commander at the Combined Cadet Force Tattoo at Eton. And Harry is claiming that the article's author is known to have commissioned private investigators. And he says that at least one of the articles is an admitted example of unlawful information gathering. But MGN is saying, no, the information was already released by St. James's Palace, and that's where they got it from. Well, the judge ruled against Harry on this one, too. The judge even said that Harry accepted the article was no more than a composite version of the Palace announcement and the Press Association report. Honestly, does he realize how stupid he comes across claiming that they hacked his phone and then they remind him that that information was already in the public domain and his response is basically, oh yeah. We're already up to number 12 with only a few wins. So the next one is Harry is ready to quit Oz. It was published in the Daily Mirror on September 27th of 2003. It's a page 7 story reporting that Harry was considering leaving his gap year in Australia because of the press. Harry is claiming that evidence shows that MGN was paying to have him watched. The piece describes that he was inside watching videos, and the publisher claims the information came from press statements by Clarence House, and it also showed up in other outlets as well. Again, poor Harry lost this one. The judge ruled that Harry's claim is hopeless because the source was the palace briefing Harry's own companion in Australia. Oh, Harry, maybe if your memory were a little more reliable, you wouldn't make yourself look like such a fool. And the next one is also completely ludicrous because Harry just visited a public beach. I mean, come on. This was a story with the headline Beach Bum Harry. It was published in the Daily Mirror on December 16th of 2003, and it was all about a visit by Harry to an Australian beach. Not all that interesting. I see he frolics and surf with bikini girls. Oh, how scandalous. So Harry is claiming that even though the beach was public, it wasn't busy. And he just doesn't understand how anybody could have possibly known that he was there. But MGN is saying that, in fact, the details were provided by an Australian freelance photographer. And also, these photos had already been published in the Evening Standard. Well, unsurprisingly, the judge agrees with MGN on this one. And Harry lost. Now, this one I also find to be hilarious because it's not like there are that many people in this world who look like Harry. It's funny how he believes that when he's out in public, he should still expect total privacy. Harry, no. Of course, when you're out and about in public making a spectacle out of yourself, people are going to notice you and you're going to get your name in the headlines again. That's rich. Both she and Kate want to start over. Why would Catherine want to start over in her relationship with Meghan Markle, the narcissistic sociopath? Why would she want to open herself up and her family up too to all the harm that comes from being associated with Meghan and Harry? Those two are toxic. Being close to them is only going to lead to pain. And let's look at why Meghan is estranged from her own father. She is estranged from her own father because she wants to be estranged from him. She's the one who refuses to try to make peace with him. He has tried to reach out to her time and time again. I mean, it's really pitiful the way that he puts himself out there with these public pleas to Meghan, begging her to please just talk to him, to call him up. He just wants to meet his grandchildren. He wants to meet the son-in-law he's never met. But at the same time, we are supposed to believe that Catherine is the cold and cruel one? I mean, come on. Catherine has an incredibly close and loving relationship with her family. Looking at the relationships that Catherine and Meghan have with their own families is enough to tell us that Meghan is the one who has some serious mental health problems. It's not Catherine. Meghan is the one who has this pattern of using and abusing people, and then once they've outlived their usefulness, she throws them away. Catherine, on the other hand, has a very small, close-knit group of friends who she has had for years. Catherine relates so well to people. She's authentic, she's genuine. And she's also got the good sense to stay away from a viper like Meghan Markle. And yeah, after thoroughly trashing the royal family for nearly 4 years now, both Meghan and Harry are trying to make peace with them because they realize their careers are over in America. They are desperate to get back in good with the royals because that's their only hope. It's so funny to me that Harry and Meghan thought the royal family was going to miss them so much when they left. They were going to be sorry. Well, no. The royal family has just gone from strength to strength, especially William and Catherine. I mean, just look at how well they're doing in the popularity polls, even in the US. People absolutely love William and Catherine. William is by far the most popular royal. He's even more popular than the president of the US, Joe Biden. And as for Catherine, her reputation is impeccable. And that's why even though Endgame absolutely vilified Catherine, it has done absolutely nothing to really damage her reputation. The insider in this article goes on to claim Kate may have grudgingly put the past behind her out of loyalty to the family, but William can never forgive Harry for the way he's thrown Kate under the bus. Of course, William can never forgive Harry for what he has done, and similarly, I don't believe Catherine can ever forgive Meghan either. Another big problem with this whole made up story is the fact that Catherine and Meghan were never close in the first place. It would make sense for Harry and William to, at some point in the future, reestablish their bond because, well, when they were younger, they were incredibly close. But Meghan and Catherine, no, it's never been like that with them. I think Catherine saw Meghan for what she was from the very beginning, and Meghan, in a very inappropriate way, was desperate to get close to Catherine. It put her off. Now, the insider goes on to say Harry is still incredibly hurt by how he has been ostracized by his brother. Oh, really? Harry is incredibly hurt by how he has been ostracized? What about the way that he made his brother out to be this vicious bully? Made it sound like William is this arrogant a-hole with a really bad temper. But oh yeah, we're expected to believe that Harry is so hurt because William ostracized him. So the insider goes on to say that Harry has demanded an apology from the royal family, quote, which he isn't likely to get, especially not from William. Again, why would the royal family, and especially William, apologize to Harry? What have they done that they need to apologize for? Absolutely nothing. Reportedly, William has been wanting to distance himself from his brother ever since Harry's marriage to Meghan, whom he took a disliking to from the start. The insider also added that William now considers Harry to be an outsider. Well, Harry has made himself into an outsider. Let's remember it was him and Meghan who wanted to move away. They were the ones who wanted to start an independent life for themselves in America. They were the ones who chose to leave their positions as working royals and then go on to trash the family. They are outsiders, but that's because they wanted to be outsiders. I love how this article is also trying to make it seem like the monarchy and the royal family is being harmed by this feud with Meghan and Harry. No, the monarchy and the king and William and Catherine are all doing just fine. Harry and Meghan, on the other hand, will know they have been named the biggest losers of 2023 in Hollywood. It's their reputations that are on the line here, not the reputation of the royal family. But according to this insider, quote, the monarchy comes first, always has. And if that's being threatened, there's a problem, a big problem. The royal family has gotten so much bad press lately, and it mainly stems from the feud between William and Kate and Harry and Meghan. What bad press are they talking about, though? Are they talking about the bad press that came from Scooby Doo's Book of Lies that nobody even bought? I mean, the thing is, Harry and Meghan keep launching these missiles, but the truth is, it's having no negative effect on the royal family. The monarchy is as strong as it's ever been. At this point, I think the royal family is just feeling exhausted of Harry and Meghan's antics. If the two of them really do want to reconcile with the royal family, first step is stop trying to manifest by putting out these BS articles like this one. And you, what do you think of the claim that Catherine has reached out to Meghan to apologize? Please let me know your opinion below in the comments section. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please do like and share it with anybody else who would appreciate it too, especially since we are technically on a new channel now. We're trying to let everybody know where we are. I do have good news that it seems like the King channel is at least slowing down with the copying of the videos, so maybe they are done. Fingers crossed. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe to the new channel so that you don't miss a single update. Have a wonderful day, and I'll be back to see you in the next videos.